Good morning, people. I got some breaking news. The Labor Secretary Alex Acosta has resigned amid the furor over the Jeffrey Epstein plea deal. So we're going to talk about that and a whole bunch of other stuff on the Morning Night Live. Hit the intro. We'll see you in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dawg Knight. Stop the music. All right, so I'm looking at my stream here. I wanted to double check here, and I'm having some issues. Maybe it's because I had too many windows open, so I'm going to shut a couple things. If I need to, I may have to bring over a cable and plug in to get off the Wi-Fi and just put it into the hard line, but we'll get it figured out. Hopefully it'll smooth out. Anyway, hey, good morning, everybody. First, we get a bell for Johnny Hellcat. Who is the first one in the stream? Oh, that's a terrible bell. There it goes. Good morning, Duck Dog, Rolling Bear, Sarah, W.R. Cranston, Maniac Man, and the people who are slowly coming in. Hey, Alex Acosta, Labor Secretary, has resigned. That's breaking news just not long ago, 9:39. Or excuse me, 9:39 Eastern. Labor Secretary Alex Acosta resigned amid the controversy surrounding his handling as a U.S. Assistant U.S. Attorney of the 2008 prosecution of billionaire Jeffrey Epstein for sex crimes. Democrats have argued that Acosta went easy on Epstein, a politically connected donor who was indicted on sex trafficking charges July 8th. Acosta, 50, a Florida native and a child of Cuban immigrants, has defended his management of the Epstein plea deal, arguing he got a tougher sentence for Epstein than what the government had initially sought a decade ago. The plea deal resulted in Epstein's conviction on 2 counts of prostitution and 13 months in a county jail. Epstein had previously faced a 53-page federal indictment. We talked a lot about that yesterday. I tried to post a link in Monkey's chat, but I'm not an admin. I suppose is he still going over there? I'm not really. I don't like to post things unless he invites me to. Unless he's done. Isn't it about 2 hours? He usually quits at about 2 hours. Thanks, Sarah, for doing that. Let's see. I'll take a quick peek here. Yeah, he's still going, so I'm not gonna step on those toes. So, is what it is. Anyway, good morning, MC. Hammer time. Woohoo! All right. So it looks like this stream is pretty choppy. So let's do this. I'm gonna pause for just a second here, and I'm gonna go grab a LAN cord and just plug in. So. Give me 30 to 45 seconds. I'll see you in a bit. All right, and I'm back. It'll take a couple minutes for that to take effect. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully that'll make the stream better. So as we already mentioned, Secretary Acosta has resigned. There's a whole lot to that story. Oh, now looks like it's whenever I need to refresh. Is everything going bad? Did we just freeze? Oh, I see what happened. Well, we'll see what happens here. Stream resumed. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to refresh my own screen here to see if this is working any better. We'll see. Okay. Well, it's choppy as hell. As long as you can hear my voice, we'll be all right. Hopefully this will start. This will work. Huh. Tell you what, I'm going to just ask a question in the chat because I can't even tell if I'm working right now. The good news is I should be getting my... I'm going to add some RAM to this computer so that it can work a little better. And also, if that doesn't work, we'll also add a new graphics card. Hopefully that will make some changes. But until then, you might just have a choppy stream. YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. So, well, I don't know. Is anyone out there having a good time with this video output? Oh my God! Hang on, let me try one more thing. I'll try here. I might have to reallocate some stuff. Hi, hello Sheograth, hello Maniac Man, and hello Cynical Lindsay. Check your logic. I see people are coming in. Oh, is it starting to work? No, hang on. Okay, the challenge is I didn't build this computer, so I'm not sure if I'm plugging it into the right thing, but it looks like every once in a while things go smoothly. Is it just me? Oh, this is just one of those days. I'm going to refresh this one more time. Oh, man. I wonder if I can... let's see here. Oh, good God. Now it says stream offline. I apologize for the technical difficulties, everybody. Just having a day. I can tell you that right now. And that's because I moved that. Good God. Whew. Hello, Peter. Hello. Welcome back, Johnny Hellcat. Guys, I apologize. We'll figure it out in a minute. Let's try the other one. Did it go completely offline? Are you kidding me? Okay, it says stream resume. New time. I would hate to have to go reset my entire internet too. Well, God damn it. Oh, we're good now? I can't freaking tell. Like I said, we're in the process of upgrading this computer. Hopefully, it said it was offline for about 10 seconds. You know what? I'm just going to, let's get rid of that. I'm just going to get rid of everything I don't need right now. Anyway, let's get into stories because I'm just a little frustrated. So the first one we're going to talk about here, and it was in my title, which is punks, and that's in reference to an article that I read. Well, actually, I saw a tweet by a different Acosta, not Alex Acosta, but Jim Acosta. And let's see. Oh, did I lose it? Oh, that's because they're breaking news. Let's go back to Jim Acosta here real quick. We'll look it up. ACOSTA. Let's go to Jim Acosta. My apologies, everyone. So, yesterday, there was the big summit at the White House for people in online media, mostly people on the right, and Tim Pool, which is, I'm not even going to tell that joke right now. But I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. No, a lot of people were really, really interested in it. But then I saw a tweet from Jim Acosta. And what Jim Acosta did, here I'm going to put my desktop audio back on. What Jim Acosta did, he tweeted out this particular tweet. And I'm going to show it to you here. White House officials invited Trump's social media allies to sit in the Rose Garden, but after the event was over, West Wing aides did nothing when those social media figures began to verbally abuse reporters who were trying to do their jobs. Oh, the poor abused reporters. A good snapshot of how the press is treated by the White House. Now, he's referring... Twitter went down at the same time. Is this going better? I'm just bummed about this. Anyway, so he puts up this. He's quote tweeting this Nick Ramsey, who put up a well, here it is.
You should not be attacking journalists like this.
For the record, he'd kick your punk ass.
Okay, so Acosta gives this tweet a highlight, where Sebastian Gorka, who is a former Trump aide, now he's a radio host or something like that, calling the CNN reporter a punk, not Acosta, but a different CNN reporter, Karam, somebody named Karam. Okay, and so I'm thinking, okay, good morning, Smarty Bear. So I'm thinking, okay, why all you get is Gorka calling him punk, and then the other people calling him, saying stuff to him, okay, yelling stuff at him. All right, so I'm thinking, oh, I wonder why Sebastian Gorka would have called him a punk. Now, did he just come out of the blue, call the guy a punk? I mean, that's really bad. You know, why would you... Did he just go over there and attack the reporter? Is that what happened? Well, so then I scroll down in this particular thread of tweets, and we find this by Kyle Morris. Here's a better angle. Sounds as if Brian Karam... Now, Brian Karam is a journalist with CNN. Now, what is Brian Karam saying here to the crowd? Okay, because obviously it looks pretty. Now, it doesn't look like it didn't look like a Sebastian Gorka just came out of the blue and came and called him a punk. So let's see what Brian Karam is saying here. Here we go. I'm going to put it right at the beginning here.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad.
No, I'm just standing alone. This is a group of people that are eager for demonic possession.
Whoa. Wait. What did he say there? This is a group eager for what?
No, I'm just standing alone. This is a group of people that are eager for demonic possession.
A group, he called the people that were guests of the White House. This is a CNN journalist saying that the guests of the White House are a group just sitting around waiting for what?
This is a group of people that are eager for demonic possession.
Eager for demonic possession. Are you kidding me? Hang on a second. Let me pause for just 1 second. Good morning. Hi. Eager for demonic possession. Now now why would a journalist insult a journalist insulting guests of the White House? For those of you who are just getting here, I apologize for the quality of the stream. Oh, well, it's actually worse quality on mine. Maybe if I pop that up. Oh, hey, it looks a little better. Okay, all right. I still, it's not perfect, but we'll keep going. All right, so a journalist, a CNN journalist, saying that they're, so that's that. Now, so then let's look at the rest of. Now let's watch how it goes down. Now, after he does this, now watch the whole story.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad.
No, I'm just standing alone. This is a group of people that are eager for demonic possession.
Sorry. Here, I'll start it again.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad.
No, I'm just standing alone. This is a group of people that are eager for demonic possession.
You're a journalist, right?
Okay, now that's Gork in the background saying, "Oh, and you're a journalist, right? You're a journalist." Now, oh, good God. Is it offline again? Oh, my gosh. I'll be so happy when we get this shit fixed. Anyway, we're just going to go with it. Anyway, so he yells, "Oh, you're a journalist, right?"
Hey, come on over here and talk to me, brother. We can go outside and have a long conversation.
Now, listen to what he said there. Is everybody offline right now? All right, I'm going to play it again. I'll play it again just in case you missed it. Because listen to what he says here. Okay? I know the video's choppy as hell. I apologize, you guys. I have to do some. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to try to. Oh, shit. What the hell went on there? All right. Let's see. Everything I have went off for a second. Hang on. Good God. All right. Well, I'm just have to close a bunch of windows here. I'll close a bunch and see if that helps. We don't need Jim Acosta's tweet anymore. We don't need this. We'll keep that. I'm pretty sure I have everything else closed down. I'm going to close this. Let me close a few windows here. I got some stuff going on in the background that I don't need. All right, we'll see if that helps a little bit. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think this is a YouTube thing. This is a Marty needs to upgrade some equipment things, going through that computer issue that I'm having. And Jim Acosta's tweeting anymore. We don't need this. We'll keep that. Rub some dirt on it. Close this. All right, I had to listen. Apparently, my voice is coming through just fine today. This may just have to be a day where you just enjoy the listening part. So anyway, so he's in there. He makes this threat. Listen to this, because this is a threat. If you can't see it through the video, I apologize. All right, let's go back to. If this is working for some of you, great. I apologize. So he says. Try smacking it, yeah.
Hey, come on over here and talk to me, brother. We can go outside and have a long conversation.
So he says, "Come on over here and talk to me, brother." And then he points his thumb. "We can go outside and have a long conversation." It gives a menacing look like, "Hey, we'll go outside and I'll kick your ass." It's not a friendly look when he does it, okay? So then that's when Gorka is... Hang on.
Go outside and have a long conversation.
And he says, "You're threatening me now in the White House." That's Gorka talking. All right?
Threatening me in the Rose Garden.
In the Rose Garden. And so then Gorka says, "You're a punk.
Punk! You're not a journalist.
You're
a
not
punk.
a journalist, you're a punk." And then he walks away.
Journalist, go home.
So this is a CNN journalist heckling, and I'm going to just say guests of the White House. Now, they're not thrilled because here's what happened. So Trump has this summit with these internet people, different internet personalities and whatnot. And after the event, he goes to the Rose Garden because he's going to have a press conference. And as a treat to his guests, he has them sitting in front and the press conference. So the real media, so to speak, has to sit in back. Granted, he's treating these poor journalists like it's the Jim Crow South, making them sit in the back of the bus. Good God, this is just pissing me off. So anyway, so the journalists are already salty because they think that none of these hang on. He thinks none of these internet people are worthy. The reporters, they're all pissed off because they can't be in front like they normally are. Oh my God, we're just buffering like a motherfucker. Just let me check something. And now all right, looks like at least anyway, we'll see you later, Sarah. Thanks for coming by. This is a bummer. All right, so basically, a journalist from CNN is actually threatened somebody in the Rose Garden. So now the problem here is, so now we get this. So we have the sob story from Acosta, but then I go on to Yahoo this morning just to see if there's an account of this situation, and it's here's what we get. Now, they changed the headline, and I can't remember what the headline this morning, but the headline basically was Sebastian Gordon attacks CNN journalists. That's what the headline was earlier. Now, they changed the headline to Sebastian Gorka and CNN's Brian Karem trade insults at Donald Trump's Rose Garden event. That's a really interesting way to describe this. But let's read the Yahoo article. And this was what pisses me off about the media, because there's clearly a person who is the antagonizer and the one who is responding to being antagonized. But this is how Yahoo writes the article. I never promised you a Rose Garden brawl, but if the crowd had its way, we would have had one today. Right-wing talk show host, of course right-wing, because you got to call him right-wing, Sebastian Gorka called out CNN political analyst Brian Karem after Donald Trump's White House event. And the two traded near nose-to-nose insults before decorum, or at least sanity, prevailed. Now, actually, Gorka said what he said and then walked away. So let's keep reading. Video uploaded to social media today shows the men yelling at each other as a sizable audience watched and cell phone cameras rolled. Check out some of the video below. Now, the video they show is not the video where Karem says. Anyway, in one clip, Karem responds to a man off camera who tells him, "Don't be sad." The pundit replies by addressing the group of conservative influencers who had gathered for Trump's social media and were invited to stay for his ensuing address about how he plans to determine U.S. citizenship, or the citizenship of U.S. residents. Quote, Now they give him. Oh, now they added this because they didn't have this here before. This is a group of people who are eager for demonic possession. Karam replies to his taunter with a mocking salute. After some laughs, Gorka's heard off camera yelling, "And you're a journalist, right?" Game on. Now, the quote they have here. "Come over here and talk to me, brother," Karam says, and Gorka obliges. Now, notice what they left out. The crowd yells, "Hit him." Didn't hear that in any version of this I've seen. In fact, let's go listen to that again, because I don't recall anyone saying "hit him." Let's listen to this.
This is a group of people that are eager for demonic possession.
You're a journalist, right?
Hey, come on over here and talk to me, brother. We can go outside and have a long conversation.
Now, notice they didn't quote that correctly. Their quote on the Yahoo quote says, "Come on over here and talk to me, brother." And they have it in quotes. Listen to what he actually said.
You're a journalist, right?
Hey, come on over here and talk to me, brother. We can go outside and have a long conversation.
Come on over here and talk to me, brother. We can go outside and have a long conversation. That's a threat. Obviously a threat. He even makes a face like, "Hey, you know what I'm talking about. You can come out here and I'll kick your ass." The facial expression and the words. Now, notice that is very different than what Yahoo goes. "Come over here and talk to me, brother." Leaving out, we can go outside and have a long conversation. You know what that means. Gorka obliges. As one woman in the crowd yells, "Hit him." Now, let's listen if we can hear somebody say "hit him," because this is the best video so far. So here we go again.
You're a journalist, right?
Hey, come on over here and talk to me, brother. We can go outside and have a long conversation.
You're threatening me now in the White House. You're a Rose Garden. You're threatening me in the Rose Garden. You are a punk.
Now, he's saying, the article says they hear someone saying "hit him." It's clearly someone saying, "Go get him, Gorka. Go get him. Go tell him what's what, Gorka." It's very and you can hear it in the video.
Come on over here and talk to me, brother. We can go outside and have a long conversation.
You're threatening me now in the White House. You're a Rose Garden. You're threatening me in the Rose Garden. You are a punk.
Get him, Gorka. Get him, Gorka. Get him, Gorka. Yeah, as in go tell him off, Gorka. Not hit him, Gorka. This is journalism on Yahoo. Who wrote this article? Eric Peterson. He needs to make some corrections. It clearly says "get him, Gorka." Get him, Gorka. Like playfully, go get him, Gorka. Gorka gets in Karam's face and after a while shouts in his face, "You're not a journalist, you're a punk." Then he turns and walks away. It doesn't end there. More taunts fly with Karam, who is also the senior White House correspondent for Playboy, telling Gorka, "Get a job." After that, an off-camera voice says to the CNN analyst of Gorka, just for the record, kick your punk ass. Now that was in the video. Yeah, it's funny because until that person's angle was shown, nobody was showing what Karam said. But in any case, journalist, okay? And I don't care what you think of the guests of the White House, you shouldn't be, because he was there. Apparently, Karam was there showing his disdain for the people, talking to them. And so the one lady said, "Oh, are you sad because they made the journalists stay in the back and not the guests of the White House?" So these guests, obviously they came in. And then later, Joy Villa had some words with him too. So, yeah, really weird situation. But just the way that Yahoo spins it. Now, and originally they didn't put any of Brian Karam's words in the article. Just saying that Gorka attacked him. And apparently someone got to them and said, you need to correct this because he was responding for something. Alrighty then. So now, enough about that though. Let's get in. Now, today I just wanted to do something a little different than normal. And, by the way, I didn't tweet out my show. Sarah was here and tweeted it out. I'm going to just retweet her tweet. And if you'd like, you can also, I'll put that in the tweet box here. There we go. If you want to tweet her out, or since the Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live, right down here, you can hit that arrow down here, share it out, and also hit the like button if you haven't done so already. If you ever have story ideas or anything that you want to are interested in having me doing, right down here is my Twitter handle. My DMs are open. You can message me on Twitter or put the ad on the other side of that and hit me on my email at pdawgknight@gmail.com. And then also, if you want to do super chats, I don't have YouTube super chats, but you can do them through the Streamlabs link down below where we do super chats and donations. But that's absolutely up to you. All right. I want to check some headlines real quick because a whole lot of stuff going on. And then I want to talk about there's an article that gets thrown at me so many times when I get into arguments about things like Antifa and the Proud Boys and all those other things. Hi Dave, how you doing? Diesel Dave, welcome. And Seamus Derby, how you doing? Is my stream kind of working now? It kind of is. Well, no, it's still going back and forth. Maybe I should just shut off the YouTube thing. Maybe that would help. Who knows? We're gonna try to get this fixed by Monday though, by just doing a little upgrade on the computer here. So anyway, all kinds of stuff going on. As far as the immigration situation, as you know, Donald Trump has backed off the citizenship question on the census, but is going to try to attain it through other means. That was the announcement he made yesterday during that press conference in the Rose Garden. My internet's working really slow too. President Donald Trump announced Thursday that he will drop the fight to put a citizenship question on the U.S. Census and instead sign an executive order directing the Department of Commerce, here I'll put it on the screen, to obtain the information through other means. Trump teased action on the census in a tweet Thursday morning, writing, "We will all go to the beautiful Rose Garden for a news conference on census and citizenship." An administration official later confirmed to the Daily Caller that the president intended to take executive action related to the issue. However, instead of issuing an order or a memorandum adding the question to the census and potentially opening up further legal challenges, the president opted for a different route entirely. "We're pursuing a new option to ensure a complete and timely count of non-citizen population. Today, I will be issuing an executive order to put his very plan into effect immediately," Trump said during the event in the White House Rose Garden. "I'm hereby ordering every department and agency in the federal government to provide the Department of Commerce with all the requested records regarding the number of citizens and non-citizens in our country." So basically, they're going to have some of the other departments that deal with people coming in for any kind of services or whatever to report on citizenship. And who knows how that's going to work? Check your logic. Everyone's buffering. I'm having either internet issues or stream issues or something today. I'm going to try to get those fixed by Monday. It's again, I miss my computer. It'll be a while before you know the computer. We decided that we're not going to do an insurance claim on it because the total loss was just over $3,000, and we have $1,000 deductible, and in the end, it's probably not worth it. We have homeowner insurance in case like the roof gets blown off or something, or we have a big fire and we have to replace a lot of stuff, and make a claim for for that small amount unfortunately just raised your rates, and we've been kind of weighing the pros and cons on it. I still have to talk to my insurance agent though. But anyway, it's not just you. Yes, the stream is crappy right now. Did it go offline now again? No, my video output's just very low. Yeah, it's just crap. I'm sorry, you guys. I know that it is. So anyway, so they're gonna do it. They're gonna try to get these count of non-citizens through other means. So who knows how effective that will be? I'm not, guessing that it's gonna be easy, and there's gonna be people who resist on it. But they're not gonna put it on the census. Now I still haven't figured out what the big deal about putting it on the census is. It's not like, okay, look. So you say, okay, we're going to put this question about citizenship on the census. Why does anybody care? If you're here legally, okay, whatever, regardless if you're a citizen or not, no big deal. If you're not here legally, do you think first of all, are you filling out a census anyway? Number two, if you're going to lie, you lied to get in the country. You came here legally. I don't think, it's not like you didn't do something illegal already. You're not putting any personal information on the census form necessarily, or you can leave it blank. Putting it on the census is, I don't know. I have no idea. Now, obviously, everyone's playing race cards about it. Oh, it's racist. It's racist. It'll undercount people. It'll, these states that have a large number of illegal aliens or undocumented workers or whatever the F you want to call them, why would they be counted towards your congressional representation anyway? They're not here legally. So it's not about undercounting people. Now, if you want to count those people as though they actually have voting rights and are represented by you, wow, that's kind of like the 3/5 law, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I do have my cup of reparations coffee, by the way. So anyway, all right. So that's that. What other headlines? There's some other things going on about that. Let's see what else. Trump, we're not backing down in an effort to pursue information. We just talked about that. Of course, Nancy Pelosi has, the big ICE raids that were supposed to start happening yesterday. Well, Nancy Pelosi told deportable aliens who, now remember, these ICE raids that are happening, they're for people who already have a deportation order from a judge. Nancy Pelosi's telling them they can refuse to open their door to ICE agents, and they can also use firearms. Oh my gosh. Nancy Pelosi tells the deportable aliens they can refuse to open their doors to ICE agents, reacting to reports that Immigration and Custom Enforcement agents will launch an immigration raids this coming Sunday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi told a news conference today that the raids would be heartless. Think of the children. The raids would be heartless and advised deportable aliens that they did not need to open their doors to ICE agents. Really, if they have a warrant, yeah, you kind of got to open the door. Families belong together. Every person has their rights, she said. These families are hardworking members of our community and our country. This brutal action will terrorize children and tear families apart. Really? Someone who's already had a court order to be deported? Really? A judge has already heard their case. Pelosi mentioned an immigration event she attended in Queens, New York, where she explained that an ICE deportation order is not the same thing as a search warrant. I beg to differ. I read them this card. Now, here's what she read to them. An ICE deportation warrant is not the same as a search warrant. If that is the only document ICE brings to a home raid, agents do not have the legal right to enter a home. I'm guessing that's not correct. Because you're on a deportation, that's a court-ordered deportation warrant? It's a warrant! If ICE agents don't have a warrant signed by a judge, a person may refuse to open the door and let them in. An administrative order of removal from ICE or immigration authorities is simply not enough. Families belong together. Everyone in our country has rights. Many of these families are mixed status families. That I get. Some of them are mixed status. We pray that the president will think about this. Holy crap. Sonny's raids are expected to take place in 10 cities. Appearing on CNN Wednesday night, Ken Cuccinelli, Director of Citizenship and Immigration Services, said it shouldn't be newsworthy that ICE is doing its job. Yeah, you think? Which is to pursue the people who don't respond to removal orders. So there's about 1 million removal orders where people have gone all the way through a long process. They got due process and so forth, and that's the pool that ICE has to work with in terms of removal, Cuccinelli said. So there you go. All right. Let's see. What's the next one here? Just a couple more headlines. Warren's new immigration plan would decriminalize border crossings. Yeah. So Elizabeth Warren is now saying that she wants to have an immigration plan. Well, here, let's go to that one. Wrong there. Warren would reshape CBP and ICE from top to bottom. Presidential candidate Senator Elizabeth Warren, Massachusetts, has released a new immigration plan that would include decriminalizing crossing the border in a Medium post on Tuesday. Quote, we need to expand legal immigration that will grow our oh my God, she's a pandering hoe. Grow our economy, reunite families, and meet our labor market demands. We need real reform that provides cost-effective security at our borders, addresses the root causes of migration, and provides... Now, the migration from Central America, I'm just telling you right now, the people who are complaining about, yes, if that we need to take these people who are refugees and asylum seekers, yeah, because the Obama administration effed up in Central America and got rid of, helped get rid of some governments that stabilized those countries. But remember, there was never a scandal under Obama. Oh, all those pictures of kids in cages that are a scandal now. Oh yeah, those were from the Obama era. But no, those aren't a scandal at all. Fuckers. And provides a path to status and citizenship so that our neighbors don't have to live in fear, the Post reads. That's why today I'm announcing my plan for immigration reform. Really, where was your plan? How long have you been in the Senate? You've been in the Senate at least, you're coming up on 8 years in the Senate. Where was your immigration plan 6 years ago? You've been in the Senate. When did she start in the Senate? I'm not sure. She's reelected once. So you're just now coming up with an immigration plan? Where was this bill? But listen to this crap. To create a rules-based system that is fair, humane, and reflects our values. Okay, wait a minute. Our system that you're saying is not fair or humane doesn't account for people coming across the border illegally. So here's what it is. Along with decriminalizing border crossings, well, great. You know what? Let's just get rid of the TSA too. Okay? Let's just forget people needing a passport to come to the United States from other countries. Let's just basically but they don't want open borders. No, they don't. Not at all. Not at all. Along with decriminalizing border crossings, Warren vows to reshape whatever Border Patrol and ICE from top to bottom to focus them on smuggling and trafficking. You know, I was never a fan when Trump was running for president, and a big thing about, I'm going to build this big, beautiful wall, a beautiful wall. Yes, big, beautiful wall. I didn't really, the concept of a wall didn't quite click with me at first, you know? Yes, if my stream still sucks, yeah. Let me see if I can do something here. Okay, dropping frames a few seconds ago. I wonder if... Alright, I'm going to try to... Let me try and refresh this. Give me just a minute, because this is so bad. This is really bugging the hell out of me. I need to... I don't just need YouTube to fix this shit. I need to fix my shit. Let's try this. No, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Oh. Hang on, people. Hang on. Anyway, forget it. We're gonna have an ugly stream today, but as long as you hear my voice, I'm happy. Back where I was. So wait a minute. So I wasn't a big fan of this whole wall thing. I mean, not that I understood the concept, but you know what? If we had those wall barriers, whatever, in those places so that we could have people come in through points of entry correctly, that would fix a lot of problems too. But she doesn't want that. She wants to decriminalize border crossings. So, okay, fine. Then let's just, like I said, get rid of the TSA. Why would I need to fly? Why do I need to? I shouldn't even have to go through TSA. When I'm flying from the Twin Cities to Portland, and I had to go take my shoes off and get an X-ray of my body and put all my shit through their machine. Why? I live here. If you're going to decriminalize border crossings, you don't. Good God. Along with decriminalizing border crossings, Warren vows to reshape the Border Patrol and ICE from top to bottom to focus them on smuggling and trafficking. Use methods of monitoring migrants outside of detention, such as parole. Yeah, parole. You're going to try to have parole for the 500,000 people that just came through the border in the last 6 months. You're going to have parole for that many people. You got to be kidding me. She also would create an Office of New Americans, which would provide new citizens with English, civics, and employment-focused classes and training. Her plan includes raising the number of refugees by over 100,000 in her first year, expanding legal immigration, creating a pathway to citizenship for approximately 11 million undocumented immigrants. And she's going to give them all free health care, remember. That they're not going to pay for. Everyone else in the country is going to pay for it. Repealing the requirements that someone in the U.S. illegally must leave the country for 3 to 10 years before they can apply for legal status. She joins Kamala Harris and Bernie Sanders and South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg as frontrunners in the Democratic primary. That's a lose. That's every time. And I've been watching this since I was a kid. Every time, that's a losing. That's a losing platform for a presidential candidate. I'm just telling you. It's insanity. What else is going on in immigration? Let's see. Shifted. Texas Reporter watches 300 migrants cross border in 6 hours. And Pakistani Peewee goes on trial. I don't even know what this one is. Pakistani Peewee goes on trial. Mysterious suspect in the California massage parlor murder. Rahel Sarwar hails from Pakistan, but on Monday, July 15th, he stands trial for murder in Woodland, California. The Yolo County city just north of state capital Sacramento has seen some sensation trials, such as the proceedings for a double murderer Daniel Marsh, but never anything quite like this. As the Davis Enterprise reported, last August, police arrested Sarwar, 27, 2 days after finding the brutally stabbed body of Sacramento resident Junying Liu, 51, in the hallway of Cottonwood Massage. Police tracked down Sarwar through surveillance video and arrested him. When asked if he could afford an attorney, he said through a Punjabi interpreter, "My wife may know." In court, his wife, Farzane Kuzer, and her unnamed brother requested and received a public defender. "I don't believe it," Kuzer told reporters about the murder charge. She also revealed that Sarwar came to the U.S. from Pakistan about 11 months ago and had been working for a landscaping business. Cottonwood massage owner Sufan Jun told the Enterprise that on 5 or 6 occasions Sarwar demanded sex, which the masseuses denied. During a massage with Juan, the suspect Sarwar forcibly tried pulling off Schwann's clothes and then choked her. Then, as Schwann discovered, the suspect had urinated on the bed, leading employee to brand him the pee guy. In the preliminary hearing, as Daniel Silva reported in the Davis Vanguard, the Cottonwood owner testified that Sarwar came just to request sex, and after being denied, he would point silently to each of the workers present before leaving. On August 24, 2018, detectives found Junying Liu dead on the floor at the end of the hallway. The bathroom was covered in blood, and the body was found near the dryer. The autopsy showed 16 defensive wounds, including an incision that cut through the victim's thumb, and the tip of the knife was found buried in the top of the skull. Fatal wounds came from injuries at her temple, the back of her left lung, the front of her right lung, and injuries across her abdomen and navel. Behind the washing machine, police found a tipless knife with dried blood and hair on the edge. Holy smokes. Now, I can't remember why I had this article. Because we don't know the guy's immigration status. But yeah, it's pretty gruesome crime. Sarwar was placed in a no-bail bond in stark contrast to Ishmael Huazo Jarnitas, previously deported and illegally present in the United States. After he killed 3 people in an auto crash and attempted to flee the scene, Sutter County Judge David Ashby and Jerry Brown appointee granted bail to a triple manslaughter and felony DUI suspect. The Mexican national was in the process of fleeing when ICE arrested him. Sacramento care boss Basim Akara claimed that Hamid Hayat, convicted in 2006 providing support to terrorists, did not get a fair trial. Earlier this year, U.S. Magistrate Judge Deborah Barnes ruled that Hayat's lawyer, so-and-so and so-and-so, a former CARE president in Sacramento, put on an ineffective defense. In a court proceeding, Barnes scheduled 2 nights of video testimony by witnesses in Pakistan. So anyway, the P guy, Sarwar, has not been championed by local activists or decried as an example of violence against women, which is amazing. Other details will doubtless emerge from the trial, but if Sarwar should get the death penalty, there's little prospect that the sentence would ever be carried out. In March, let's see. All right, so anyway, yeah, and his immigration status is questionable. I don't know why I pulled that one up. Anyway, let's see here. What else we got? But hi, Kevin Duggan. I just noticed that you were here, even though you've been here a little while. And Evil One also, how you doing? Yes, if my stream sucks, it's because it sucks right now. But as long as you can hear me, I'll keep trudging along, and hopefully we'll get this fixed eventually. Let's see here. Why don't we understand America's Trump borders? I don't get the illegal. I don't understand the open borders thing either. just to have everyone who's not rich in Portland wear an ankle bracelet and monitored by informants. Okay. All right, moving on. Oh, did y'all hear about Jeffrey Epstein? Here's the just the one laugher about him today. Jeffrey Epstein's lawyers request home detention in his $77 million New York mansion for the accused child sex trafficker. Financier Jeffrey Epstein's lawyers seeking bail for their client, oh my gosh, he's a major flight risk, said Thursday that the accused sex trafficker of underage girls had long lived with fear that federal prosecutors might pursue sexual abuse charges against him again, and yet had never sought to flee the country. Epstein was arrested Saturday night in New Jersey as he arrived from Paris, and now faces sex trafficking charges, alleging he abused dozens of underage girls in Florida and New York in the early 2000s. His lawyers have argued that the non-prosecution agreement made more than a decade ago with federal prosecutors covers the same ground as the new charges. No, they're new charges, including with other victims. He pleaded not guilty Monday, and the judge asked defense lawyers and prosecutors to submit their bail arguments prior to a hearing next week. His lawyers recommended house arrest in Epstein's $77 million Manhattan mansion and electronic monitoring as they countered what they described as a drastic demand by prosecutors that he be detained until trial. Sex trafficking, underage girls. You know what? A flight risk, got private jets, and he's just been gallivanting around while he was in his other sentence. I say, go to hell. Go to hell. FTG for Jeffrey Epstein, and a second FTG for his lawyers, please. I'm not reading any more of this crap. I'm not reading another line. To hell with him. Get it, FTG. FTG. All right, let's see. Other scandals, crimes. Let's see. Senate Democrats demand right-leaning judicial crisis network disclose donors. Ignore their own dark money. I don't know if you've heard about that one. I'm going to skip that one. Let's see. Oh, here's one that's interesting. Oops, wait a minute. I gotta click back here. Let's do this right. So there's attorneys in the Justice Department. They're saying that the Russia crap is crap. Imagine that. Let's listen to this. So, Department of Justice attorney says Russian government had nothing to do with the troll farms. Now, remember in the Mueller report, they were talking about, there was a systematic plan by or something by the Russians that they interfere in the elections. Now, listen to this because this is fascinating. I read this yesterday, not on the show. So, Robert Mueller, with a surprisingly frail voice, took to the lectern on May 29, 2019. Visibly uncomfortable, he delivered a puzzling address to reporters curious about the strangely timed press conference. Mueller spoke for a few minutes until arriving at what now appears to be the real purpose of the press conference: damage control. As the grand jury alleged in a separate indictment, a private Russian entity engaged in a social media operation where Russian citizens pose as Americans in order to influence an election, he said. These indictments contain allegations, and we are not commenting on the guilt or innocence of any specific defendant. Every defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. Now, that's interesting because he made the report was making some very specific claims that this was part of a Russian operation. Okay, so that statement that The indictments contain allegations, and we are not commenting on the guilt or innocence of any specific defendant. Every defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. I never caught that in the press conference, but all of a sudden wait a minute. So they have indictments. They haven't convicted anybody, but apparently, and maybe that's part of the reason that in that case, I mean, so anyway, we already knew at that point that Mueller had worked with Attorney General William Barr to redact the report to remove references which could harm ongoing investigations or infringe on the privacy of peripheral third parties. But he overlooked one category in redactions. Prosecutors aren't supposed to try cases in newspapers and press conferences. Are press conferences customary or appropriate? In an effort to seem fair and conciliatory to his old friend Mueller, Barr told America that, as the special counsel report makes clear, the Russian government sought to interfere in our election. But thanks to the special counsel's thorough investigation, we now know that the Russian operatives who perpetrated these schemes did not have the cooperation of President Trump or the Trump campaign. So that was as part of the fact they didn't indict anybody else. The Mueller report said something similar. The investigation established that Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election through the active measures social media campaign carried out by Internet Research Agency, an organization funded by Prigozhin and companies that he controlled. Now, recall after the Department of Justice held a dramatic press conference announcing the indictment of Russian companies for allegedly interfering in the American presidential election, one of those defendants, Concord, hired an attorney to fight back. That case has turned into a disaster for the Department of Justice and America's cherished traditions of freedom of speech. The quote, Russia interfered in the election became such an established truth of the mainstream press that expressing skepticism would be labeled a conspiracy theory. But now in open court, an attorney representing the Department of Justice has admitted that the Russian government had nothing to do with the internet troll farm case. Mueller and Barr's reckless publicity of unproven Russian interference allegations, as established, confronted federal judge Dabney Friedrich and a challenge to her authority to preside over a trial to determine whether Concord is guilty of anything. Again, the Mueller report publicly pronounced that the Mueller team established that Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election through the active measures social media campaign. Really? So why are we even bothering to have a trial if the government has already established that Concord is guilty? And that judge said, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. You can't say that. You haven't ever had a trial. But the Mueller report says it's true. Oh, but there's never been a trial. But we already put it in the Mueller report. What do we do now? You better fix this. You better shut the hell up. You better stop talking about this. A newly released transcript reveals the details of a humiliating hearing that took place a day before Mueller's puzzling press conference. Wonder why he called that sudden press conference? Here's why. The judge asked the prosecutor, can you address also the specific tie to the Russian government, which is the overarching comment that the Attorney General made tying both this case and then the case involving the hacking and release of the emails, the GRU case, to the Russian government? Buckle up, Buttercup, because you're not going to believe the Department of Justice response. Quote, the report doesn't say that. What? I thought we knew that the Russian government committed an act of war by posting politically charged information on the internet. Now the Department of Justice is backing away from any tie between the internet troll farm and the Russian government. I've been saying this all along. That internet troll farm, they're a clickbait company. They're a clickbait company. They get you to click on some shit so they can give some information so they can sell you advertising. They were strictly a capitalist money-making venture. They had nothing to do with the Russian government. Now the Department of Justice has admitted that the Mueller report itself does not state anywhere that the Russian government was behind the Internet Research Agency and Concord activity. Whoa. That judge then asked, so, is it the government's position that tying Concord and its co-defendants to the Russian government is not prejudicial? Yes, I'd love to give you a link to the article. Here, copy, doink, and click. In the subsequent order, Judge Friedrich wrote, on May 29, 2019, following the court's hearing, the special counsel held a press conference in which he carefully distinguished between the efforts by Russian intelligence officers who were part of the Russian military and the efforts of Concord. This, the judge found, made the criminal contempt proceedings she contemplated against Mueller's team unnecessary and excessive under the circumstances. So because he went to had that press conference, now notice, you don't notice, if you're listening to that press conference, you don't really notice that he said something completely different than the report. Because he took away the absolute link between the Russian government and those troll farms. But now you got to go back and listen to it carefully. And because she was going to hold the Mueller team in contempt. A narrow escape it was indeed. Frederick found that both the release of the Mueller report and Barr's statements boosting the report violated D.C. Rule 57.7, prohibiting lawyers from trying cases in the press. Which that's all they've been freaking doing. They have no case, and they don't even have a case. They have. They remember they had the big dog and pony show that they had indictments for the Russians when who was it? Was it Weiss? Who came out? Oh, Rob Rosenstein. Was it Rob Rosenstein or was it Mueller himself? Somebody came out and said that they had indictments for like 6 Russian generals on the email thing. Remember that they supposedly hacked the DNC and they hacked Rob Podesta and they were going to hack Hillary Clinton's emails. That big indictment, but their only evidence was the Democrat contractor CrowdStrike, who gave them copies, redacted copies of the DNC computers. They don't have a case against them either. They made indictments as a dog and pony show. They don't have any evidence. And the evidence they have would be thrown out in court immediately because it's a third-party vendor. It is even a direct... They never directly did their own investigation. Okay? Which is stupid. The other part of that, too, that I laugh at every single time. So they said that... So these are supposed to be the greatest hackers in the world. The Russian government hackers. Okay? Brilliant Russian government hackers. But in the code of the things they hacked, there just happened to be a location marker for St. Petersburg, Russia. As if a freaking hacker wouldn't know how to remove a location code by using a VPN or something. I mean, it's just the whole thing is just straight up bullshit. It's hilarious. It's amazing how stupid this is. Anyway, yeah, in fact, CrowdStrike. What does CrowdStrike do? They're an internet security firm. Do you think CrowdStrike would know how to perhaps put something together that made a location marker for perhaps some place like perhaps St. Petersburg, Russia? Do you think if they were... Oh, my God. I just don't believe any of this crap. And I know this, I'm sounding like a freaking conspiracy theorist, but there's so many things in the public record that make this whole case look completely ridiculous. That's easy to look up. The DNI reports where they were moderately confident that the hacks came from Russia, and then the NSA, we're highly confident that the Russians, the Russians hacked the NSA. Hey, someone, I laughed because I think it was H.A. Goodman. Somebody made this joke. Oh, you know what? If you're gonna get married, and your fiance says, "Are you gonna love me forever? Will you promise that you will never cheat on me?" Well, dear, I'm highly confident that I will never cheat on you. I am moderately confident that we will be together for the rest of our lives. Right. Anyway, by attributing the conduct to Russia as opposed to Russian individuals or entities, the report suggests that Concord's internet activities were undertaken on behalf of, if not at the direction of, the Russian government, she wrote. Remember, the government has now denied in court that it even alleged Concord worked for the Russian government to post political messages on the internet. So yeah, in one place they're saying that the Russian government was in charge of this operation, but in court they denied that Concord worked for the Russian government. Which is it? They lied somewhere. Somebody lied somewhere. Somebody lied. The government, Frederick found, violated a standing court rule by making these public pronouncements that intruded upon the question to be tried in her courtroom. To save Mueller's team from criminal contempt, Frederick exercised her discretion to decline to, quote, initiate criminal contempt proceedings in response to the government's Rule 57.7 violation. With benefit of these newly unsealed documents from Judge Frederick's court, we now can see that Mueller's May 29, 2019 press conference, held the day after the hearing on Concord's contempt motion, must have been a desperate but successful effort to avoid the wrath of a judge whose authority Mueller insulted by concluding the guilt of defendants yet to be tried. And in that desperate effort, the U.S. government threw overboard the key assumption that the Russian government, as opposed to freelancing Russians, was behind the dubious internet troll case. Let that sink in. Yes, Evil One. I'm going back to yours. What, $30 to $50 million wasted? 40-ish. Yeah, that's 30. That's between 30 and 50. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All over the world, private citizens tried to influence American politics using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and any other internet-based application that offers some promise of playing a role in the most important political contests in the world. Is that a bad thing? If you believe in robust free speech, it isn't. You know what? I'm sorry. The troll farms, again, they were a money-making venture. Does that mean Russia was right not to attack Russia? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's still been fairly hard on Russia. So I'm not even saying that they, but he's, fascinating though. It's fascinating. They saved their ass because they were to get a contempt citation from the court. So Mueller ran out and had this. Yeah. And I was wondering why he was so, during that press conference, you notice his body language was just like, it was weird. He just seemed so. It was a lot like when he was talking about WMDs during the Bush administration. You've seen that video where he doesn't look up and he's not talking to anybody. He looked like a puppy about to get swatted by a newspaper if he peed on the bed. He was very careful and quiet and just not confident, and then wouldn't take any questions. But it was the day after that court case. Because he was about to get a contempt citation. Shit's falling apart. I'm just telling you. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm running out of time here. Let's get into Twitter real quick because I haven't done my. We got to get to Twitter trends and get the hell out of Dodge. So, let's see. Now, when I click on Twitter, what's the first thing? Let's see here. Fascinating. I'm just curious. Did my stream ever come back? Like, or is it still just really shitty? Yeah, it's still shitty. As long as y'all can hear me, we'll get it fixed by Monday. All right. On the top of Twitter today, let's see. This seems to be a big. Fourth Circuit Court ruled Baltimore's non-disparagement clause in police misconduct settlements unconstitutional on First Amendment grounds. City took half a woman's settlement when she responded to racial attacks in the comments of the Baltimore Sun. I don't know what that is about. Passengers violently ejected from seats on a turbulent flight. Honolulu, dozen people were violently slammed off the ceiling of a jetliner that encountered unexpected turbulence. Yeah, that happens once in a while. Let's see, what else? Not sure we scratched the surface yet on the sinister weirdness of the Epstein case. Let's see this real quick. Conspiracy theorists waged that the temple was either a secluded setting for Epstein's abuse or that it concealed hidden underground location for the same purpose. James Bott, the contractor whom Insider consulted with for the story, noted that while it was possible to install an underground space or elevator, the construction would have most likely been documented by a vendor to ensure regular inspections. A simple stairwell would be a better option if someone wanted to conceal their activities at the location. Both also pointed out the temple's questionable wooden door, which features a reinforcing lock bar. What makes it peculiar is that if you wanted to keep people out, the bar would be placed inside the building. But the locking bar appears to be placed on the outside, as if it were intended to lock people in. That motherfucker he's fascinating. What's that story? It's from The Cut. That story is the what we know about. Talking about Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island. So that was a place that had installed that he could keep people locked in. Whew. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Hey, Marsupial Gamer, my stream sucks today, just FYI, at least the visual part. If you can hear me, if everyone can hear me, just put a 1 in the chat, as long as you can hear me okay. I'm sorry about the visual, the look of the stream. It's going to be choppy today, just thanks to some technical difficulties. All right, let's get a couple trends going before I got to get out of here. Trending number 1 is Ed Sheeran, the singer. Apparently he's got a new album out where he's collaborating with a whole bunch of artists. I actually enjoy Ed Sheeran's music. It's funny, he did a cameo in Game of Thrones. That was interesting. Let's see, Ed Sheeran, music star, drops star-studded number 6 collaboration project. Brand new album features guest appearance from a mammoth list of stars, including Cardi B, Bruno Mars, Eminem, 50 Cent, and more. So there you go. Ed Sheeran's got a new album out. I like his music. I think he's a really talented guy, especially being able to do that. The tracks, he'll play a track and put a whole song together live, just him. Very talented. I enjoy his music too. But that's all we're going to talk about Ed Sheeran. Number 2, Friday Thoughts, excuse me. And since my internet connection sucks today, you probably won't get to see the pictures anyway. Top thought of the day. There are times in which a genius would wish to live. It is not in the still calm of life or the repose of Pacific Station that great characters are formed. The habits of a vigorous mind are formed in contending with difficulties. That's a thought from Abigail Adams. Interesting. That's interesting quote there. Let's see. Journalist who first exposed Jeffrey Epstein just laughed at Acosta's. The Dworkin report. Fuck Scott. Dworkin could go to hell. I don't want to hear Dworkin. Oh my God, he's an ass. Let's get it. One more Good Friday thought. Let's see. Be careful when ending things with someone who loves you. Don't be heartless just because you are over them. Don't suffocate them with ignorance, even if you can't help them heal. Don't be the reason people are depressed. Don't be the reason they consider suicide. That's a little dark. Maybe I can find just here. I need a good thought. That was, gosh, that was dark and sad. That's sad. Let's see. Here we go. Here's a Friday motion for thought. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately in front of only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what I had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. That's Henry David Thoreau. I'm blanking on what that quote means. But anyway, let's go to Area 51. This is the greatest hashtag of all time. So hundreds of thousands of people have signed up to an event promising to storm the alleged secret U.S. military base, Area 51, located in the Nevada desert. What possibly could go wrong? This started going viral beginning of July. More than 165,000 alien hunters say they'll storm. Now it's up to 500,000 now. It's crazy. Darker than P-Dog. Yeah, a lot of things are darker than me. I'm fairly light-skinned for a brother. Anyway, say they will storm Area 51, the highly secretive and heavily guarded military base in the Nevada desert, to look for extraterrestrial life. The last known person to trespass at Area 51 was shot dead by guards in January. You know what? I'm just fascinated by this. Let's see. There's me and the boys storming Area 51 on September 20th. Area 51 is done. My life has taken turns for the worse in the last few months, so I guess I'm in to raid Area 51 later. Yeah, they've got a blueprint for it. These people are crazy. This is hilarious. We got a tunneling team, extraction zone, first wave here, second wave here, third wave here. I'm just fascinated at what actually is going to happen. They have 500,000 people signed up for it now. That's insanity. I'm just laughing my ass off right now. All right, number 5, fighting motivation. I'm gonna skip that. Antoine Griezmann is trending. Barcelona confirmed the signing of Antoine Griezmann. If you follow the big soccer league over in Europe, that's if you're a Barcelona fan, I don't know if that's good news or bad news. I don't know anything about Antoine Griezmann. Let's see. Mason Ramsey trending with Old Town Road. Young Thug and Mason Ramsey hop on the Old Town Road remix. What? So they got another remix of this shit? I should say that. I actually enjoy it, but Lil Nas X put a fresh spin on his viral hit, courtesy of another unexpected collaboration. Young Thug and Mason. Do I take a chance? Oh, they have. Okay, I'm not going to put it on because I'm not going to take that content strike. But here's what we'll do. I'm going to pause. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, is there a way to do this? Open link in new tab. If you give a hoot, I'm going to put that link in the tab. You can listen to it later. I might listen to it later just out of curiosity. So, all right. Enough of that. Okay. All right. R. Kelly. I forgot. R. Kelly got arrested. So now, first they get Jeffrey Epstein. Now they got R. Kelly arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. Now he was already in Chicago. I think he was arrested by local authorities, but now he's got federal charges too. The Grammy winner was arrested in Chicago on federal charges, marking a new escalation in the case against him in the wake of the documentary Surviving R. Kelly. He already faces state charges related to the allegations of sexual assault against him. So, he's been arrested, sex trafficking charges. Oh, man. R. Kelly's indictments say women and girls were not permitted to leave their room without receiving permission from Kelly, including to eat or go to the bathroom. Two of his employees paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to witnesses to make sure they wouldn't cooperate with law enforcement. It also accuses Kelly of using violence and blackmail to prevent victims from cooperating. So I got it. You know what? I don't innocent until proven guilty, but damn, we already know he's done some of this shit. So can I get an FTG for R. Kelly too? Yeah, especially if it's all true, FTG. If he comes back innocent, we'll retract our FTGs later. But right now, R. Kelly, FTG, brother. Sorry, you got to go. Dvorak, let's see. Wimbledon live score happens in Dvorak versus Federer. I'm sorry, Dvorak versus Bautista and Agut versus Federer. What? Oh, I see. Bautista Agut. Okay, so the semifinals of the men's, they're coming up. So that Djokovic. How do you say his name? Djokovic? Novak Djokovic. That's it. They're tennis players. Wimbledon's going on right now, so it's all about Wimbledon. I'm not going to do it. Another earthquake is trending also in Seattle, perhaps. California couldn't let Seattle have its moment, huh? Oh, I see. So apparently there was an earthquake in Seattle. So there was some aftershocks in California. Not a whole lot to say about that. I'm just going to move on because there was a Seattle earthquake measuring a magnitude of 4.6 reported in Washington. You know what? California said, "Hold my beer." Oh, gee. Guy, gal, geek, whatever, just what, fuck that group. The G kind of can stand for whatever you want, but it's fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. All right, Jermaine Dupri is, okay. Oh, God, Jermaine Dupri. Cardi B responds to Jermaine Dupri's comments on female rappers. Oh, what did Jermaine Dupri say today? Cardi B called for more mainstream support for female MCs after Jermaine Dupri compared the current wave of talent to strippers rapping. So Jermaine Dupri made a comment comparing the current wave of talent of female MCs, rappers, whatever, to strippers rapping. And who's the first person to comment on it? A stripper who's now a rapper, Cardi B. That's ironic, okay? Not that I am. Now, let me just say something. I personally am not against women taking their clothes off for dollars. Okay? I'm trying to be all serious and shit. Strippers are cool if they want to do that, whatever, sex positive. Go be sex positive. I don't care. I gotta hear some of these though. I'm honestly not even offended or even bothered by what Jermaine Dupri said. He ain't saying nothing that we all haven't heard before, and it's still inaccurate. Oh, whatever. Because between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, who's never a stripper, but what she had that thing of what was this? Well, she did that Anaconda. Oh, come on. All that was about was her ass. Okay? The whole video was about her shaking her booty. Which is fine, but don't pretend you don't know what you're doing. Okay, let's see. Jermaine Dupri really had the nerve to sit and say that female rappers rap about the same thing when a majority of the male rappers out right now are rapping about nothing but sex, money, and drugs. True? That's true too. Everybody say what you gotta say. It's all true. Okay? I'm sorry. It's the truth sets you free. Did Jermaine Dupri forget he had real lyric spitter Debrat switch up her entire style to sell records decades ago? He probably didn't forget that. Because the Brat used to be kind of hardcore, just, gritty, and he made her be more soft. He softened her up a little bit and had her put some more makeup on. But when she first started out, she was just kind of hardcore, whatever. Y'all care about what Jermaine Dupri has to say in 2019? This is where we throw our heads back and laugh. Anyway, all right. So what? If you're into the rap scene, there you go. Jermaine Dupri dissed some women. Alexander Acosta, we already talked about him. Resigned after backlash over Jeffrey Epstein's deal. He's a Hispanic is trending. What? Why is he's a Hispanic trending? Went to see why he, as a Hispanic, was trending and immediately regretted it. Kyle Griffith. Trump on Alex Acosta as Acosta resigns. He's done a fantastic job. He's a friend of everybody in the administration. The fact is, he's been a fantastic Secretary of Labor. I'm with him. He's a tremendous talent. He's a Hispanic man. He went to Harvard. Okay, I don't know what everyone's tripping. When Trump uses he's a Hispanic man as a compliment for a pedophile protector, he ain't no. Oh God, so that's what it's coming to now. He's a pedophile protector. He's a protector. Oh my God. So there, I still don't blame Acosta. Remember the deal? It was a deal with the FBI that got this case into the bargaining phase. Okay, it's his fault. It's Mueller's fault. It's the state attorney in Florida's fault. It's everybody's fault. Okay. Now, just because Mueller and the FBI wanted the big fish and Bear Stearns, that they let this guy take some easy plea from the state. Bad news for everybody. Everybody's got to take the hit. But the only people who are going to take the hit are Acosta right now, because the Florida state attorney is a Democrat, so he's not going to take a hit. He's not taking a hit at all. No one's even talking about him. And no one's talking about the FBI that had the deal to keep Epstein in the deal. Okay. Anyway, moving on. What else? Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen is trending. He got traded to, I want to say the Memphis Grizzlies from the Utah Jazz, something like that. And he, oh. Okay, that's... Oh, shit. That's not really it. Grayson Allen helping a stranger across the street. Grayson Allen in the Summer League. Oh, okay, these are... Here we go. Calling out Grayson Allen and Duke at the same time. You're the voice of America, Dan Dakich. Oh, because Grayson Allen is kind of known for being chippy. So, yeah. Anyway, the reason he's trending though is because he's getting traded to the Memphis Grizzlies. Anyway, all right. Henry David Thoreau, Grayson Allen, Crit, and Josh Harris. I don't know what they're. Why? Okay, we'll check Henry David Thoreau first. He was. Is it his birthday or something? Because that. Oh, okay. Today is Henry David Thoreau's birthday. That's why in Friday Thoughts or Motivation or whatever, we had the Henry David Thoreau quote. So that's got to be it for today, guys, because my stream sucks today, and I'm very sorry about that. We'll see if we can get it fixed by Monday. Now this says the stream health is good. Can y'all seriously? Can you? Am I all clear and fine now? No, it's still doing that crap. Anyway. Y'all, thank you so much for sticking around. The fact that you stuck around when my stream looks this bad just is a huge honor to me that you stick around. I really appreciate you guys. You know that I'm here every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT. And remember my Twitter handle down here, at Dawg Knight. If you're on Twitter, follow me there, and if you ever have things you want to send me those via direct message, or if you want to do it by email, just put the ad on the other side, pdognight@gmail.com. And on the way out, hit the share, hit the like, And remember that we do super chats through Streamlabs, which is in the description down below, as well as donations. But I'm not going to shill because someone told me, oh, you're out there trying to beg for money from 30 people. If you do it, great. If you don't, great. I'm still going to be here for a long time. So thank you for being a part of my 110th show. I really appreciate you all for being here again. Thank you again. My name is Dawg Knight, and I am out of here. I'm out of here. Have a great weekend.